The Buffalo Sabres have traded Casey Mittelstadt to the Colorado Avalanche for Bowen Byram. Over the past few hours, we've seen an absolute flurry of trades. Tarasenko to the Panthers, Adam Henrique to the Oilers, but none of them are nearly as big as this one. Now, this was first reported by Kevin Weeks, and the top of his head. Breaking news, the Buffalo Sabres are trading forward Casey Mittelstadt to the Colorado Avalanche for defenseman Bowen Byram. It's one of those one-for-one trades we all love to see. Somebody down below there referencing the Taylor Hall and Adam Larson trade. I don't know if it's going to be quite as big as that one, but it is a hockey trade, one for one, no picks and no salary. Now, not only did Colorado acquire Casey Mittelstadt, they've also acquired Sean Walker from the Philadelphia Flyers, a 5th-round pick, and they did give up Ryan Johansson, who was then placed on waivers. They gave up a first to Philadelphia. So it would seem that the Colorado Avalanche are absolutely loading up to go for a cup run this year. Adding Sean Walker and Casey Mittelstadt really solidifies the team. Now, when taking a look at Casey Mittelstadt here, he has 47 points in 62 games. He is a center. His first few seasons weren't nearly as exciting as what he's been doing lately, but in his last 144 games, he's put up over 100 points. The former 8th overall pick back in 2017 is going to make an immediate impact for the Colorado Avalanche, sliding in the second-line center position. Buffalo adds to their blue line. They already have Deline and Power, and now they have Bowen Byram to them as well. Former 4th overall pick back in 2019, unfortunately has had some injury history, but is absolutely dynamic out there on the ice. And I would assume that this trade means that with Casey Mittelstadt gone, Dylan Cousins will be taking over the second-line center position behind Tage Thompson. Now, what's interesting is that Bowen Byram is left-handed, as is Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Power. The right side not nearly as strong, however, if you swap somebody over, say somebody playing on the wrong side, could look really good. Power, Deline, and Byram all in one decor. It's going to be tough to handle in the Atlantic next year. CJ is reporting that the Sabres intend on keeping Bowen Byram, and they already have Deline, Power, and not even to mention Samuelsson as well. Now, the interesting thing here is Samuelsson is also left-handed. That means they have 4 really good top 4D. All left-handed and all going to be making a decent amount of money. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some movement in the future, probably not anytime soon. Now, if I had to pick a winner for this trade, this one specifically, I think Colorado does pretty well. Getting that second-line center they've been looking for, Casey Mittelstadt's been very good. Bowen Byram, man, if he can stay healthy, though, might be the best part of this trade. It's going to be very interesting to see. However, we'll see what happens in the playoffs with Colorado. If Colorado makes a deep run and Casey Mittelstadt is a part of it, you've got to think they take the win at least early on in the trade. Colorado is absolutely gearing up for a cup run. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Making their defense stronger, getting that second line center they really needed, and if they weren't already at the very top of the favorites list for winning the Stanley Cup, they've got to be there now. Now, something that I think is very important to consider is that both of these players are young. Both of them maybe could have used a change of scenery. I don't really think either of them were struggling too much. I know a lot of people say Bowen Byram's not really performing as well as he could be. Casey Mittelstadt's been looking very good over the last season and a half to 2 seasons here in Buffalo. But at the end of the day, they're both very young players, and they have a lot to bring to the NHL and to these respective teams. Personally, I would have loved to have seen either of them end up on Detroit. Obviously, I'm a Wings fan. However, Casey Mittelstadt in Colorado is going to be a great fit. Bowen Byram, as a member of the Buffalo Sabres, I think is going to be a great fit as well. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down below what you think of the trade. Casey Mittelstadt for Bowen Byram. We also talked about a little bit more in here, Colorado picking up Walker and whatnot. A lot of trades happening. I'm going to try and cover all of the big ones. And this one was absolutely one of those. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay frosty.